Good everyone, it's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, we will be taking a look at the performance review of the Under Armour Curry 11. So starting with the outsole as far as the traction goes on the Under Armour Curry 11. With the last two models, you are getting a very similar setup in the Flow Foam outsole. Now I'm not sure what they did with this outsole, but it's even more tackier than the last two models. Now, if you've played on the last two models, you know how tacky those were, but as soon as they started to collect dust, you did lose a lot of that tackiness. That's not the issue here on the Curry 11s. Now, these don't collect a ton of dust at all. I played about 7 or 8 hours in these so far, and they're performing amazing and not collecting a ton of dust and really not having to wipe at all. Now, obviously, this outsole does not make any noise, as far as being squeaky, but how they perform, you just come to a dead stop instantly. Whether it's a forward movement or a lateral movement, you're gonna have no issues with these on clean floors indoors. Dirty floors, I would still wipe every few plays just to make sure that it really upholds that tacky nature, But overall, I really enjoyed my time in these. Outdoors, I would say these are a no-go because this is a foam outsole, and this will just wear away like in your first wear outdoors because it is pretty soft to the touch. So overall, as far as the traction goes, I'm gonna have to give these a very stellar 9 out of 10. I was actually quite impressed. I wasn't expecting much, but Under Armour definitely came through as far as the traction goes, as far as the Flow Foam outsole on the Under Armour Curry 11. Now, as far as the cushioning goes on these, you are getting a similar setup to the 9s and 10s again. So underfoot, you do have a full bed of Flow Foam. Now there is two different foam compounds, or as I guess densities, I would say, because this is still a Flow Foam right here, but the outer portion is a lot more dense. And then the portion on the footbed directly under your foot is a bit softer in my opinion. Now this does differ from his last two models. I do find this one here to be a lot more comfy right off the bat. And then this outsole portion here does not offer a ton of compression, but the stuff under your foot does. So I actually really enjoyed my time in these. Now the heel to toe drop, as far as the thickness, it's a lot thicker in the heel for impact protection. And then the portion in the forefoot is a lot closer to the ground. So these are very close to the ground for point guards or shooting guards that like to move around quickly and stay close to the floor. You're really gonna have no issues with this. Overall, it's just a very responsive setup, and I think they're really fine-tuning this foam compound to be something that I'm really enjoying every year in the Under Armour series for Curry. So overall, as far as the cushioning goes, I enjoyed my time in these. The heel to toe transition is very fluid and very nice. Like I mentioned, that Flow Foam directly under your foot is really nice and soft. And then the outsole portion here, not a ton of compression, but it just flows, no pun intended, really nicely underfoot. So as far as the cushion goes, I'm gonna have to give these a very solid 9 out of 10. I was actually quite impressed this year as far as what they did. As far as the fit goes, it's really quick and straight to the point. True to size, 1-to-1 fit, very snug on foot, really no movement at all in this basketball shoe. If you are a wide footer, I would recommend going up half a size. But if you have a medium to narrow foot, I think going true to size, you'll be good to go. I wear size 10.5 or 11 in most of my basketball shoes. I went with a size 10.5 and my toe is sitting almost at the end of the shoe right here. And it's a very snug 1-to-1 fit. As you can see right here at the toe box, it is very thin and tapered right by your toes. So there is no extra volume here in the Under Armour Curry 11. So overall, I really enjoyed my time in these. Very snug, really no movement at all. This external heel counter really locks your foot in nicely at the back of the shoes. So really no complaints as far as the fit goes. So as far as the fit, I would have to give these a very nice 9 out of 10. So as far as the materials go, you do get that Under Armour warp material here on the lateral side. So you do have a pretty thin mesh material, and then you do have some portions of like running across the lateral side, in an X pattern, and that's really going to offer some great stability and support on the lateral side. So when you're making those hard lateral cuts, this material is going to house your foot in very nicely. Now running on the top of the shoe, you kind of have this fuse material right here that runs from the toe up to the lateral side near the eye stay. It's just for some extra durability as far as toe offs and just kind of protecting this upper from on-court performance. Now on the medial side, you have some more mesh material right here. And then you do have a nubuck material here at the back that is actually quite nice. It does wrap around the back of the shoe. And then right here at the toe box, you kind of have this patent leather material here. Now it is kind of a lot thicker right here at the toe, and then it gets thinner right here at the flex point for where your foot's gonna bend. So you do kind of get a ton of different materials here. Wrapping up the tongue, you do have a nicely padded tongue right here. It is a kind of open cell foam mesh material right here. So overall, I really enjoy the materials. Nothing premium, but I just enjoyed how they fit on foot and how quickly they broke in. There was really no break in time. So as far as the materials go, I would have to give these a pretty decent 8 out of 10. As far as the weight goes on the Under Armour Curry 11, I did get these in my standard size 10.5, and these do come in at 15 ounces even. So nothing overly light, but once you have these on foot, these just have a very nice and fluid feeling on the court. So overall, not a lightweight shoe, but not heavy either. As far as the support goes on this model right here, I really have to commend Under Armour what they've been doing with his last couple signature shoes. Now, obviously, Steph Curry is an aging player. I think he's like 35 years old now, and they just keep making a very supportive low top basketball shoe. So starting at the back of the shoe, you do have this external heel counter right here. It is a TPU plastic. It does a great job of offering your heel some great stability and support and really just locking your foot in at the back. Now right here at the midsole, at the back of the shoe, you do have another TPU portion right here, and your foot is sitting housed within this. So again, on those hard lateral cuts, this is gonna offer some great support. Nothing there on the medial side, but this lateral portion right here, so when you're making those hard lateral cuts, it is gonna do a great job on housing your foot within that midsole. Moving your way down from that, you do have this foam midsole right here. Your foot is sitting pretty deep within inside this. So again, on those hard lateral cuts, coupled with this upper material right here, and then this fused portion right here near the eye stay, if you really crank those laces down, it is gonna wrap nicely around your foot. Moving to the bottom of the shoe, you do have a very wide and stable base, as you can see here in the forefoot and at the heel. So this shoe is just very stable from the get-go. At the midfoot right here, you do have a TPU shank plate. So there is a ton of support at the midfoot, but where they do differ from his last couple models is I do believe the midfoot shank plate did extend to the forefoot and it was all one piece. Whereas with these, I believe it's segregated into 3 TPU portions to offer some really nice flex in the forefoot, but just offer that support that the player needs at the midfoot and at the forefoot. And it just kind of offers a springboard effect when you're running on the court, which is very nice. So overall, I really think this is a very supportive basketball shoe, almost a perfect basketball shoe as far as the support and stability goes. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have played with these. This is a low top basketball shoe, but as you can see right here, it does dip pretty low here near the ankle bone, and then it does flare up quite a bit here at the back near the Achilles portion. Now this back portion is actually really nicely and pretty thick padded as well. So I think they just did a fantastic job as far as the support, the fit, the traction. This shoe is just the overall package as far as what Under Armour is offering in their basketball line right now. So I really like what Steph Curry and Under Armour has done with his 11th signature shoe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have played in these. But as far as the support goes, I'm gonna have to give these a very solid 9.5 out of 10. So that's gonna do it for today's performance review on the Under Armour Curry 11. If you guys have played in these, sound off in the comments. And for me, I think this is his best signature shoe to date, as it should be because it is his newest. But I really enjoy the Flow Foam outsole right here, very tacky, and these really will hug the floor very nicely. The cushion setup, again, it's only a foam setup, but I really like what they've done with the dual density flow foam cushioning setup here on the Curry 11s. Materials are nothing special, as you can expect from like 140 or 150 USD price point. The fit and support are stellar on this basketball shoe. So sound off in the comments if you guys have played in these. I think I'll be keeping these in my bag for the foreseeable future. I think they're a fantastic shoe. And one thing I did do to offer a little bit more comfort directly underfoot is I did throw the all-day move insole in these. and they just offer some extra support in the heel counter, and then just a really nice plush foam underfoot. So overall, this is a fantastic hoop shoe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have played with these. But like I said, that's gonna do it for today's performance review on the Under Armour Curry 11. As always, if you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that does help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.